Welcome to a special episode of Beyond the Roundup. On today's show, we're going to take a quick look into the CDC, who once more extended the mask mandates, which had been set to expire on April 18th. Now, this extension is for another 15 days, despite the growing frustrations from passengers aboard airlines and the protests of the airline industry. We'll discuss what is happening here. And so, from Trial Site News, I am Adrian, and our episode starts now. Mask mandates has been one of the most controversial topics in American aviation during the pandemic, leading to frustrations amongst the airline industry and a boiling point for many passengers who just want this mandate to end. Airlines have reported a high number of unruly passenger incidents, with more than 4,290 mask-related incidents reported in 2021. Airlines began enforcing the federal mask mandates back in June of 2020, and the FAA implemented its zero-tolerance policy regarding unruly behavior in January of 2021. And so, prior to the April 18th mask mandate expiration deadline, on March 23rd, the CEOs of Alaska Air, Atlas Air, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, FedEx Express, Hawaiian Airlines, JetBlue Airways, Southwest Airlines, United Airlines, UPS Airlines, and Airlines for America signed a letter to President Biden appealing for an end to the federal pandemic requirements, saying that it makes no sense that people are still required to wear masks on planes, yet are allowed to congregate in crowded restaurants, schools, and at sporting events without masks, despite none of these venues having the protective air filtration system that aircraft do. Now is the time for the administration to sunset federal transportation travel restrictions, including the international pre-departure testing requirement and the federal mask mandate. The group of CEOs went on to argue that enforcing the mask mandate has taken a toll on their employees, who have experienced an increase in unruly customers due to mask-related conflicts. But despite these efforts, the federal mask requirement for public transit was extended through May 3rd, as the TSA announced it would extend its requirements at the CDC's recommendation. The CDC cited its reason for extending the mandate because of rising numbers of COVID-19 cases in the U.S. involving the Omicron BA.2 subvariant, saying in their statement that the BA.2 subvariant now makes up more than 85% of U.S. cases. Since early April, there have been increases in the 7-day moving average of cases in the U.S. The CDC mask order remains in effect while the CDC assesses the potential impact of the rise of cases on severe disease, including hospitalizations and deaths, and healthcare system capacity. Meanwhile, 21 states with Republican attorney generals sued Tuesday to halt the federal government's requirements that people wear masks on planes, trains, ferries, and other public transportation amid the coronavirus pandemic. The lawsuit, announced by Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis and Attorney General Ashley Moody and filed in federal court in Tampa, Florida, contends that the mask mandate exceeds the authority of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Governor DeSantis said on the matter that it is well past time to get rid of this unnecessary mandate and get back to normal life. The lawsuit, announced by Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis and Attorney General Ashley Moody, was filed in federal court in Tampa, Florida. It contends that the mask mandate exceeds the authority of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Governor Ron DeSantis said on the matter that it is well past time to get rid of this unnecessary mandate and get back to normal life. While Moody, the former Tampa judge, said in a news release that the travel mask mandates are frustrating to travelers and causing chaos on public transportation. Now, besides Florida, the states filing the new travel mask lawsuit as of Tuesday were Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Utah, Virginia, and West Virginia. Now, in the meantime, with the CDC upholding the mask mandates for a few weeks longer, it has led some critics to wonder if the mask mandates will ever truly end. Of course, only time will tell what happens next, and naturally we'll be keeping an eye on this story as it continues to develop. And that, my friends, brings our episode to a close once more. As always, thank you so much for joining me on this show today. From Trial Site News, I am Adrian, and I will see you all next time.